Just somebody locking me in the church talking about close the door because we trying to get $40,000. This is exactly why this next generation don't want to go to church right now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at this shit. Listen to this. Close the doors. Close the doors.
So the caption here says, Marvin Sapp tells ushers to close the doors and no one could leave until they raise $40,000. What do you guys think of this?
Close the doors. Why are you talking about that? We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant. And how you know that? There's 1,000 of you tonight, and those that are watching, it's 1,000 that's watching online. This is crazy, man. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. I'm challenging each of you all down here to give a $20 seed. A lot of people ain't gonna like this. But Pastor, what you need $40,000 for? I know it's people in that congregation that probably ain't eating. It's people in that congregation that probably done came for help and couldn't get no help. And then he talking about lock the door like you're demanding. Oh, and if you ain't got it in your pocket, you could do it electronically. That's crazy. And this might go over a lot of y'all heads. But in our community, a lot of our people invest money in the church. And what does that get us? But in other communities, they invest money other places. They put their money in banks. They do X, Y, and Z. And where does that get them? Yeah, all right.
That's not true. And this is not me saying that Marvin Sapp there is doing right. I've been to both church. Guys, I grew up in the church. I grew up in the church heavily. Different types of churches. I've been to, Filipino churches, Vietnam churches. I've been to many white churches too. And they do take tithe, right? They do take tithe.
I've been in churches. I done seen crooked pastors. I done seen righteous pastors.
That's true.
But money is money. And your money is your money. And my money is my money. Don't force me to give no money. And I heard people say, if pastor did that, then that mean they ain't giving. What if they ain't got it to give? Have you ever thought about that? I even heard somebody say, well, all they gonna do is blow it on food. You gotta eat, right? All I'm saying is, it's the way that you handle things. It's the way that you do things. It's the way that you request things. That was the wrong way.
All right, so first things first. Locking the doors is wrong. Or closing the doors and like trapping people in that sense. That's not cool. Right? And I've seen pastors do this. I've seen different churches kind of like guilt trip. This is tough though, because this is Marvin Sapp, and I'll be lying if I say there isn't some bias in me. When I hear that melody, it takes me back. Right? That never would have made it. Shh. Never would have made it without. Come on, man. Just brings back the melody of the food after. Because in my church, we did potlucks. When that's playing, people are getting up, they're leaving, shaking hands. But yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy thing to do.
To Marvin Sapp, you would have never made them $40,000 off of me. I guarantee you would have never made it. Okay, I would have told the whole congregation. As a matter of fact, that table that the Holy Communion sits on, that would have been all over your ushers if they wouldn't move out my damn way. Because what you mean, lock the doors? That's kidnapping. Since when do we got to pay you to preach? Like, I understand sowing the seed, but I seen somebody on there say, is the ground fertile? Because, yeah, what? I guarantee you would have saw everything that was wrong with me.
Never would. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure would have. Because absolutely not. I know God ain't wake your behind up and tell you to do that to them people. I know he didn't tell you. That was not part of the word. Okay, y'all, at this point, y'all making up your own Bible and words and shit. Because absolutely not. Yeah, I only take 4 quarters of church anyways because I don't understand why is it 6 offerings in one sermon. We haven't even ate yet. We on the 3rd offering? Absolutely not. Yeah, I take 4 quarters every time to my give from the heart. Yeah, I'm finna give from the bottom of my purse.
All right.
1 quarter for this offering, 1 quarter for the next offering. Absolutely not. I gave you all I could give. You gonna judge me? That's what I thought. Y'all is crazy. Stop letting these people play in y'all face. Because, baby, it would have took the whole choir to get me off of you if you want to lock me in that damn church. I'm telling you that right now.
Right. I understand that churches are buildings that have to keep lights on, and that's how they keep their lights on. It's how people get paid. But I do think sometimes people do take it too far. And this is definitely too far. Then you have the churches that are just straight, robbing people millions of dollars. And a lot of people, are mad about my $50 mug. Right? Like I'm locking people in. You guys are hilarious. Let's see what this brother has to say.
Close the doors, ain't nobody leaving until we get $40,000 tonight. And then he said, shh, this ain't the time to be talking. Giving is worship. Told the preachers to put their money up. He said it was for the people, the congregation, online and in person. I told my wife they would have opened the doors for me because they was going to kick me out. I would have went viral up in that church that day. Because I don't have a problem with tithing or giving.
Right.
Matter of fact, I do it freely anyway. But you're not going to demand me. You're not going to tell the ushers to close the doors and say we not leaving until we get $20,000. And I ain't gonna lie, when I seen people talking about it and reacting to it, I was like, maybe they just overreacting. And then I seen the actual video of him demanding and forcing these people to get his money. And I was like, who is he talking to? Like, the audacity of him to, like, go about it this way. But I'm genuinely curious. So if any church goer or preacher, anybody in the, church, like, I really want to know, what does a church need that much money for? Like, what does the money that you receive from the tithes, the offerings, the donations, like, where is it going to? Is it invested into the church? Is it invested into the people of the church, the community? Like, where? And don't get me wrong, I know that the church it's technically, when you break it down, it's a business. It got bills, it got to be paid and things like that. But from the outside looking in, especially these big churches, a lot of people look at them just like they money hungry. Like, because what? I don't know. We can make a whole different video about this.
Right. And guys, I do think that context is everything. And depending on your organization, churches, they're like non-profit companies. I know they don't get taxed, right? I don't know too much about how churches make their money, but I believe there's let's talk to Miss Coffee. Miss Coffee, are churches non-profit businesses? Are most of them set up that way?
Great question, and a common one. Here's the quick breakdown. Yes, most churches in the U.S. are considered nonprofit organizations under the law, specifically classified as 501(c)(3) tax-exempt organizations by the IRS. What that means? They don't pay federal income taxes. They can receive tax-deductible donations. They're allowed to earn income as long as it supports their religious or charitable mission. How churches make money legally: tithes and offerings, voluntary donations from members, events and fundraisers, concerts, conferences, dinners, etc.
Okay. And it goes on to name a bunch of stuff. I mean, obviously, guys, there's some incredible amount of scamming going on in churches. We're just going to keep it real. There is, right? And I think it's different for a lot of people because they guise themselves as this place where, it's nonprofit. We're doing this for the work of God and not only ourselves, when the reality is probably the opposite. Myself, I believe in capitalism. I believe in innovation. I think that is a good thing, right? I believe in making money. I encourage you to start a business. I encourage you to pursue one. I don't think it's for everybody, but that's a different concept, right? If they were a business, if it was Apple or Gucci, people don't complain as much, because I think Gucci, Apple, and other things that people buy willingly with their own money, they don't set themselves up as nonprofit institutions. So there's a lot here. Listen, guys, of course, I'm curious to know what you think. Do not forget to hit that link pinned to the top of the comment section, and maybe there's still a mug left for you in exchange for a review. You're reviewing the guide that we've set up, prenuptial agreement guide. Click the link pinned to the top of the comment section. We'll talk soon, guys. I'm out. Peace.